Hello everyone and welcome back to Coloring with Haley. This is my second time trying to flip through this book because my camera died the other time. So I'm going to try to make it faster. This is an interesting coloring book. I believe I saw this on Kate's channel, Kate's Coloring Haven. This is the Wondrous Workings of Science and Nature coloring book by Rachel Ignatowski. There's 40 pages, single-sided. It's on nice paper. I had this on my Amazon wish list, but I found it in person at Barnes & Noble, so I went ahead and picked it up there. And it just opens right up to this page here that you could use as a nameplate page because the earth here is so blank. But this gives you an idea of what's going to be on all of the pages. Lots of ecosystems in jars. And we start out with our very first one, the rainforest ecosystem. Now, these are kind of intricately detailed, as you can tell. But it's going to have a lot of different animals in each one, and she's got them all labeled by name. And for example, on this one, she labels the parts of the rainforest. So you have the canopy, you have the forest floor, the shrub layer. So it's kind of like a science lesson as you are looking through the book, which is of course why I loved it. Here you have an animal cell, and she's labeled all the parts of it for you. I love the faces on these. I'm not sure if this is a book that I will color in. I more so wanted it for my collection of interesting science books. This is the ecosystem of the Andes Mountains. And I do think it looks fantastic. This is a wallpaper page. There's a few of these in here. This one has a bunch of different animals on it. Here we have another ecosystem. This one's the Arctic Circle. I'll zoom in on one of these pages here for you just so you can see how much detail is actually going on in one of these little jars. On this one, she's labeling the parts of the food chain, so that's why you see consumers here and primary producers over here, and like scavenger and apex predator. But as you can see, these are pretty detailed pages. But I just think they're interesting. So she's got several quotes in here. This one's from Nancy Newhall. "The wilderness holds answers to questions man has not yet learned to ask." Then we go back to another ecosystem. This one's a desert. We have a bacteria cell, and again, she's labeled all the parts of the cell, and I love the faces that she's drawn on them. This is the Congo rainforest. The deep ocean. This is your heart. The beating of your heart goes lub-dub, lub-dub, and then that's why it's called the lub-dub heart. And then she's got all the parts of a heart labeled. Here's the ecosystem of a rotting log. This one's a lot bigger than the other pages. Here's another desert ecosystem. Here's a quote from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas: "You can't conserve what you haven't got." Here's the Great Plains ecosystem here in the United States. A page with some scientists looking at some bacteria and different cells. The Great Barrier Reef. Here's the layers of the earth, and I love how the earth is like holding all of its layers. That's really cute. This is by Rachel Carson. "Those who dwell among the beauties and mysteries of the earth are never alone or weary of life." Here we have a mangrove swamp, like down in Florida, so of course there's alligators. This is one of the other wallpapery type pages. We have the moorlands of the British Isles. This is by Jane Goodall. "Only when our clever brain and our human heart work together in harmony can we achieve our full potential." And of course it's got some little monkeys on it because it's Jane Goodall. Then we have the open ocean, so you've got like your whales and your sharks and your tuna. the Sahara Desert. It's a camel, lizard, fox. Here's our other cell, the plant cell. I like how this one is eating the nucleus. This is another wallpaper page, and it's sort of all the lab equipment and gear you'd need in a lab. So there's like safety goggles, a well plate, a lab coat, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, a microscope, a glass bottle. It kind of got everything. Here's the ecosystem of a pond. So you got like your duck and your frog. Here's a redwood forest. This is a river. This is by Rosalind Franklin. Science and everyday life cannot and should not be separated. And it's kind of got a wallpaper thing going on. The Siberian taiga. That would be over in like Russia. Your soil. So you got your plant and all the little bugs that you might see in your garden. Here's some more stuff about plants. It shows you the stages of a seed growing into a plant, and then it gives you like some chemicals from the periodic table down here, and they're the nutrients that plants need to grow. We have a quote from Vera Rubin. "You can change the world, for you are made out of star stuff and you are connected to the universe." Here is the Tasmanian rainforest. So of course there's the Tasmanian devil down there. The wombat, platypus, this would be Australia. This is microscopic ecosystems of a water drop. So it's like a droplet of water, like maybe a raindrop, drop of water from a pond, and she shows you all of the little like bacteria and plankton that are in here. The world we live in is smaller than you think. I like this one. It's got the earth in a tiny jar and a bunch of different animals surrounding it. It's the front page. And then she's got a page here called Protecting Our Planet. And it says some things you can do to go green. Conserve water, plant trees, eat less meat, recycle. And then that was it. That was a flip through of Science and Nature coloring book by Rachel Ignatowski. Thank you guys so much for watching.